The difference between price and cost. It's not something that we're taught when we're younger, and as we age and we get into adulthood, it's something that gets even more confusing. I'm here to tell you that if you understand the difference between these two things, it's going to ultimately change your life for the better. Understanding the difference between price and cost changed the entire trajectory of my life. And I want to explain how it could potentially change yours as well. I'm gonna go into 4 factors in this video: health, wealth, education, and happiness, to clarify the difference between price and cost and how you can then go on to implement it into your own life and potentially make an impact on others' lives. The first section of price versus cost is your health, your personal health. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I didn't necessarily understand personal health. It wasn't a thing that was really discussed in the 90s. The only time that you were healthy or unhealthy was if you were going to the doctors, they prescribed you a pill, and you had to rest and recover and eat your bread and a banana. I don't know what it looked like in your life, but that was me in the 90s and early 2000s. However, as I got older, I started having to figure out, okay, do I pay for a little bit more expensive food? The price of the food is more expensive, or do I go the cheaper route? What I started to learn was that when you go the cheaper route, while the price might be cheaper, the cost to your personal health in the long run is negative. So in overall, that price of cheap food hurt my body, which then sent me to the doctor, which then actually cost more than buying the more expensive food if I had just purchased that from the get-go. This is the easiest example I have for people: organic food versus non-organic food. A lot of people will say organic food is too expensive, yet they're not doing the correct calculation. The price might be more than the cheap processed food that you could buy, but the overall cost over your lifetime is going to be a hell of a lot more. Here's some easy math. Let's say that over the course of the year that you spend $1,000 extra on organic food versus non-organic food. That's $30,000 more over a 30-year span. However, let's say that you cheap out and you buy processed food and you don't take care of your health. Over that 30-year span, you're gonna potentially get diabetes, cancer, have a heart attack, stroke. Those things are gonna cost you a hell of a lot more than the $30,000 of organic food. Now, this doesn't just impact your overall health right now, it actually has an impact on your life outside of your body. So for instance, if you buy the organic food, if you lean into the heavier price because you're going after a positive cost over the long run, you're going to show up better, happier and healthier. You're going to make more money. You're going to have better relationships. Your mental health is going to be better. As you can see, it impacts your entire life. So in the long run, it's actually going to cost you less money to take care of your health and invest in the beginning, the higher price, for a better overall cost over the long run. That was the first example. The second example is wealth. The easiest thing I have for this is, what are you spending your money on? I guarantee that you're probably spending on some material items, or too much at the bar, or too much on fast food and restaurants. Those things, the price you might see in the short run, oh, $15 here, $20 here, $30 there. The price might be low, but the overall cost over your lifetime is actually negative. They are depreciating assets. It's not helping your life. However, let's say that you spend $50 a week at bars and restaurants. So over the course of a month, that's $200. Now imagine that $200 going into massages, a therapist, a stock, saving for a house. Those things are actually going to have a positive cost over your long run. And again, it's going to help you not only make more money. Money gets us freedom, and freedom will lead to more health, love, happiness, peace of mind, joy, all the fun things that we are after as human beings. Again, the price of those things in the short run doesn't seem that high. The meal here and there, the coffee, doesn't seem that high. But over the long run, does it really add a positive cost to your life? That's what you need to be asking yourself. So that was the second thing. The third thing is education. And this is a huge thing right now because I did go to college, I did pay and take out loans to get a bachelor's degree. And there's a lot of kids out there deciding whether their education is going to be worth it. Now, for me, what I really looked at was the price of the overall experience and the long-term cost of what it would have on my life. I knew that if I paid for the engineering degree, it was going to unlock some doors that were eventually going to add up to a positive cost. The problem is, this was 8 years ago. Now the cost of college has continued to raise. So while 8 years ago it was worth it, I don't know if it would be worth it right now because I'd have to run those numbers. So for anyone else out there that's looking to go into school or to pay for an education, what you really need to understand is the upfront price worth the overall cost in the long run? Are you going to gain skills, a network, be able to get internships, jobs, relationships that are really going to have a net positive cost over the long run, and that can justify that price? Those are the things that you need to be taken care of, because if you get a $100K loan and over the long run, what's going to end up happening is you have to pay that loan once you get your job. I have witnessed a lot of my friends, their life is not as happy, not as healthy because they're worried about their loans right now, and they never really justified that price in the beginning. That was number 3. The last thing for price and cost is overall happiness. You do not want to sacrifice your happiness by paying the price of things that are too high. And when the price of things are too high, the cost over the long run is negative. It's going to have a negative impact on your life. Here's an easy example for me. If you read the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, it talks about getting rid of everything in your life that's taking up space for the most part. When we're younger, we equate the house, the cars, the money, the fame to bringing happiness. But the reality is we don't really need that much to be happy as human beings. We need community, we need friendships, we need love of ourselves and everybody around us. We need to be feeling fulfilled in our career and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. Those are the things that we should be striving for, and those are the questions we should be asking ourselves. What would bring us that type of happiness and that type of joy if we took away all the material items? So for me, what I try to do is to bring myself the most joy, the most happiness, the most peace of mind, is think as if I was on an island. If I had an island and I didn't have anybody's voice or opinion or the media, what would my island look like? What would be on it and why would it be on there? Who would be on there with me, and how would I go about building this island to continue fulfilling my happiness and my joy and my peace over the long term of my life? That's number 4. So as you can see, price and cost plays a huge role in our life, but a lot of people are only truly looking at the price. They try to, on a whim, justify whether that price is too much or too little, rather than thinking about the overall long-term cost, whether that's positive or negative. I hope this video was helpful, and if you want to connect or talk about it and learn more about my viewpoint on price or cost, please reach out to me. I'd also love to hear what you think about price and cost. So hit me in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I look forward to chatting with you guys in the future. Please follow along every Sunday as I continue to drop YouTube videos, and would love your feedback, as I've always been saying, to help me be more valuable to you and continue to make these videos better and better each and every week. Fam on, y'all.